U.S. soldiers battle against a growing Taliban insurgency in Afghanistan. As the fighting continues, a report by General Stanley McChrystal, head of NATO and U.S. forces in Afghanistan, says the security situation in the country is deteriorating. President Obama is reviewing the report, and it could be the first step in approving more U.S. troops to Afghanistan. Secretary Robert Gates has said he is open to increasing the number of U.S. troops there.
I think what is important is for us to be able to show over the months to come that the president's strategy is succeeding. And that is what General McChrystal is putting in front of us, is how best we can, at least from the military standpoint, ensure that we can show signs of progress.
Officials have not released the specifics in General McChrystal's report. Kimberly Kagan, president of the Institute for the Study of War, says the U.S. military must focus on a counterinsurgency strategy that helps Afghans feel more secure.
And in my opinion, he will need more troops in order to obtain the kinds of force densities in the places where we have a challenge by the enemy against the population that would actually make the population turn against the Taliban.
In recent weeks, General McChrystal and Secretary Gates have said a main goal for American and NATO forces is to help reduce civilian casualties. General McChrystal is widely expected to ask President Obama to approve thousands of reinforcements. They would supplement the 68,000 troops already deployed or on their way this year. In addition, McChrystal has also talked about the need to increase the size of the Afghan National Army. Eric Lever with the Institute for Policy Studies in Washington says training more Afghan forces will only work if a strong central government is in place.
So even if you're successful in training these troops, who are they ultimately accountable to?
Analysts say widespread allegations of voter fraud in the country's recent elections could discredit whoever wins the presidency. While the war strategy is being debated, services for fallen U.S. soldiers continues. More American troops died in Afghanistan in August than in any month since the start of the war 8 years ago. And American public support for the war has declined. Retired U.S. General Anthony Zinni.
If you show up with more than just guns, and with an intention to connect and to relate and to understand and to become culturally more sensitive and to provide the incentives and all, I think then it separates you from others with guns that they've seen historically in that environment.
Analysts say Mr. Obama must also consider whether American forces in beefed up numbers could be seen as an occupation army by Afghans. Chris Simkins, VOA News, Washington.